The new Tesla Model Y Performance has been spotted testing at the Nürburgring with massive 21-inch wheels that come straight off the Tesla Model S Plaid. Hello, my friends. Welcome to the channel. I'm Sam Evans. Great to have you with us. I'll be at the Melbourne EV Auto Show on the 27th, 28th, and 29th of June, and would love to see you there. I'll put a link in the description for a discount on tickets to the show. We have the new Model Y, we have the new Model Y long range and the standard range, the all-wheel drive version, but the performance model, it's not on sale yet. But we've got a pretty good idea of what it's going to look like from these images from Car Scoops. This is a Model Y prototype. I think it's going to look a little different than this. This has got a standard bumper from the standard Model Y on it. I think that Tesla will change that. But it does have a different spoiler on the trunk lid, a much bigger one, which is similar to that which was on the old Model Y Performance. It's also got pretty big wheels. They look like they're 21-inch wheels from the Tesla Model S Plaid, the arachnid wheels, and the front wheels look narrower than the rear wheels, which are really, really large. So that could hint at better handling and performance. Of course, when you play like simulator racing games, the biggest upgrade you can make to your car, and to be honest, not just in simulator games, but also in real life, the biggest upgrade you can make to a performance car is tires. Bigger wheels and tires definitely improve performance. But they do, of course, reduce your range. So it's going to have less range than the Model Y long range all-wheel drive. Pirelli P0 tires are the tires that Tesla have clearly chosen to use. They're what Tesla currently use. I don't think Pirelli P0s are that awesome. Probably not the choice that I'd personally go with, but they're not the worst anyway. Unlike the Model 3 Performance, it doesn't have a different bumper, but I'm going to guess the actual production version will. One other thing you can see here is the prototype is sitting quite a bit lower than a standard Tesla Model Y, and that's going to give it, really should be a little bit more aerodynamically efficient. That will help a little bit with range, but of course it's going to help with handling as well. That said though, you're not going to want to go off-road with this car. I think, one thing you can see with this vehicle, it looks more aggressive than the standard Model Y. I think it's got a bit more presence about it because of that lower setup, those big wheels. I think it looks pretty good. What do you guys think? Do you agree with me? Tesla will offer an adaptive damper setup similar to the Model 3. So it's going to have adaptive dampers with standard, sport, and track mode for the dampers themselves. Red brake calipers, you can see them, but hopefully Tesla have upgraded the brakes. Probably the biggest criticism of the Tesla Model 3 Performance, which I did have a bit of fun driving. I think it's a phenomenal car. But the biggest problem is the brakes. The brakes overheat. So you go to the track, and a lot of people do take these cars to the track, and after a couple of laps, you've got to let the brakes cool down. So hopefully that's one thing Tesla have improved. To be honest, the Model Y, the Model 3 Performance, they are really kind of budget sports cars. They're not cheap, but they're certainly not expensive. So that's one of the ways that Tesla cuts costs, by putting on brakes that are okay but not amazing. I'm hoping that Tesla use some proper Brembo brakes or something like that to really improve the performance on track days. So what else can we see here, guys? Well, when it comes to performance, apparently performance, people are saying, will be similar to the existing Model 3. It's going to get the same dual motor all-wheel drive system as the Model 3 Performance, putting out 510 horsepower and 554 pound-feet of torque. It's also going to come with a 79 kilowatt hour battery, and performance times will be probably an improvement of the existing Model Y Performance. If you look at the Tesla Model 3 sedan, 0 to 60 miles an hour takes 2.9 seconds with a slight rollout. I'm not a fan of that rollout stuff, but anyway, the Model Y should do it in about 3.2 seconds. So you're going to be looking at about 3.5 seconds for 0 to 62 miles an hour from a standing start, or 0 to 100 kilometers an hour. I mean, 3.5 seconds is still a very fast family car. There should be an improvement in actual power. It should go from 470 horsepower to just above 500 horsepower. So you'll feel a bit more power. Will it be all that noticeable? Probably not, but I think it's still going to be there, right? In terms of range is probably going to be about 500 kilometers and approximately 290 miles. That's the estimated range based on the Model Y all-wheel drive. Launch date. Unfortunately, we have no idea when it's going to come out, but most people are guessing it's going to be the fourth quarter of this year. That's probably probable, considering the fact that we're still looking at a prototype here, not the actual production version of the car. How much will it be? probably $7,000 to $8,000 more expensive than the long range all-wheel drive. My estimate would be approximately 55 to 56,000 US dollars. Here in Australia, around about 80,000 Australian dollars. So it's still a really good value car for the money, I think. That said, though, I mean, you guys in the United States, Tesla doesn't have as much competition, but here in Australia, there's some pretty legitimate cars coming from China that have some, some serious performance aspirations. There's a number of performance SUVs that are going to be coming over the next couple of years. So Tesla definitely has competition. To be honest, though, the Model Y performance, I should say, I'm going to call it the Model Y ludicrous. I think it's going to be a fantastic car. And these cars really are incredible value for money when it comes to performance. I mean, think about it. What kind of other models of car can you get? Internal combustion, if you look at what's available from, say, BMW, Audi, Mercedes, other brands, what can you get with this kind of performance and this amount of interior space that actually costs anywhere near this ballpark? There's absolutely nothing on the market. So they're really good cars for the money. I'm excited. I'm hoping to be able to actually test drive one of these and get a review going on the channel, guys. Let me know your thoughts in the comments. Bye-bye. A new cheaper version of the Tesla Model Y has arrived in the United States, and it is unbelievably good value. Range is up by 30 miles to 357 miles. Tesla have just revealed the most affordable version of the new Model Y Juniper. The Model Y Juniper is now available, the new version of the Model Y is now available in the US for $4,000 less than the existing, well, the current cheapest model, which is the long-range all-wheel drive. I actually think this is the best version of the Model Y to get if you're in the market. Hello, my friends. Welcome to the channel. It's great to have you with us. I'm Sam Evans. You're watching the Electric Viking. This new Model Y has more range. It's rear-wheel drive. In fact, it's got 30 miles of range more for $4,000 less money. Really, unless you need all-wheel drive, most people don't. But obviously, if you live in a lot of icy, snowy parts of America, it could be logical. But most people don't need that. I think this is the best version for that reason. Days after Tesla rolled out its new acceleration boost for the Model Y Juniper, it now has a long-range rear-wheel drive. And as I said before, it's $4,000 cheaper. If you're in the market for a new EV in the United States, I think this is probably the best choice at this point in time. In terms of value for money, it's 45,000 US dollars. It qualifies for EV incentives in the US, which could end soon. So if you're going to buy, probably now is the time to buy. But yeah, like I said, 45,000 US dollars. So if, assuming most people in the US can qualify for the tax incentive of $7,500, meaning $37,500 for the new Model Y with 357 miles of range, which you're going to get in the real world. We've seen tests. You're likely to get very close to that, if not more, in the real world. I think this is the best value car, the best value car Tesla has ever sold.